Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, never mind. I've decided to have a little bit of a skin problem, invited that to join me today. I don't know what it is exactly. I got some sort of special cream for it from the doctor, so I'm hoping it will go away soon. Anyway, as you all know, Tati Beauty released her Blendiful a while ago. And a lot of people have been saying, you know, is it just a regular powder puff, or is there something different with it? I thought we'd take that to the test. And I have this Laura Mercier powder puff that I've used. I've used this only for powder foundation, so I've never used it for anything else. And the other day I got this, ta-da, Blendiful, and take that out. And I thought I'm going to do one half of my face with the Blendiful and the other half of my face with the Laura Mercier. One thing that I can tell just straight away by looking at them is that the Blendiful, I'm not sure if you can see this, the Blendiful has longer strands in whatever fabric this is than the Laura Mercier puff does. So we'll try and figure this out and see how it goes. What I've done, I've moisturized and primed my face already. So we're going to start from there. This side of my face, my left side, your right, will be with the Blendiful. My right, your left, will be with the Laura Mercier. I'm going to do the same things with both puffs. I have seen some of Tati's video on how to use this, so I don't know, hopefully I won't be completely useless while I'm actually handling this, but I've never put on liquid foundation with a puff, so this is going to be interesting. Right, I'm going to start with, I've used the Cover FX gripping primer. I absolutely love that. I wanted to use just basically items that I know how they work usually in order to try it out and see what I think about it. Now for foundation, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This is one of my absolute favorites. I'm using this in shade 4 Fair. Yeah, fair, definitely. So I'm going to, I usually always put it out on my fingers and spread a little bit, well, it's not a little, it's a whole pump, so spread it out over my face, just a little bit. I'm gonna put some extra there with that. If you're wondering if there are any strange noises, my cats are all around me, wondering who I'm talking to. Right, let's do the Blendiful side first. I saw her do this. Okay. Is that just me, or did that just remove all the foundation? When you do this, it just removed all the coverage. And Magic Foundation, it's not a light coverage foundation, but it doesn't look like I put anything on, to be honest. Okay. I'm wondering if I used it a bit more like a sponge and stipple it on, maybe it will work better. Let's see. Because that to me did not work. I mean, it did cover some, but I'm used to having a bit more coverage than that. And I also have some redness in this part of the cheek that I'd like to I think that covered better than dragging it did. But that's what she did in her video though. Oh well, never mind. Sorry, I have a cat hair in my nose. Right, I'm going to do the other side. I'm going to see if the same thing happens where it just removes. Yeah, I'm going to do the same thing because I want to compare them. And it's the same thing here, it just removes all the coverage, doesn't it? Yeah, yeah. Okay, let's do the same thing on this side. Take a bit more and for God's sake, cover that up. My nose is a bit red. I have a cold at the moment, so I'm not really surprised that my nose is not super happy. But I want to see if there's a difference between the two. I'm going to look afterwards. I'm going to look in light that I know better rather than this ring light, because that doesn't really show anything up. So, cat playing in the background, so don't worry about that. Yeah, that's Miller. And another cat is now stealing my concealer. So I'm going to do the same thing with the concealer. I'm going to use the, I'm sorry, Simba. Is that your concealer? Don't worry, honey. I'm going to do concealer the same way I always do. I don't do a huge amount. I have wrinkles under my eyes, and if I put a lot of, I've forgotten the word now. If I put a lot of concealer under my eyes, yeah, it's not a pretty picture. It just gets very wrinkly. What I tend to do is I tend to put it in this area first, really blend it out, and then I go up a little bit more. But this is where I need most of it anyway. And up here is where I have most of my wrinkles. So, welcome to life when you're over 40. Right, that was the Blendiful. Now we're doing the Laura Mercier puff. I have to say, it feels like the Blendiful puff feels nicer on my skin, and it also feels like it's blending out better, but I don't know. I want to see this in different light before I actually give a verdict. And I'll get back to you on that. Now, next I'm going to do some bronzing. I use my Milk bronzer in the shade Baked. I really like this bronzer. I've had this for ages. Cat hair in there. I've had this for ages, and I don't know how I'm ever going to use it up, because I'm literally just on the it's like I haven't used it, but I have. It just never runs out. I think this will be the only bronzer I'll ever need. I'll also try and contour a bit with it, because goodness knows my double chin could use that. Right, now what I saw Tati do was to take your finger, bend it like that, and just kind of blend upwards. Oh dear, one of my kitty cats decided to be very dramatic while I'm doing this. I think it's Smilla. She's a little bit of a drama queen, but she's very cute and cuddly. All right. Did blend that out very nicely, I have to say. I like that. Definitely better than my normal brush. Let's see what happens under here. Okay. Right, let's switch sides. I'm gonna just continue here so I don't forget to blend that out. Okay. It's okay, Smilla. It's fine, my darling. Yeah, so she comes into the kitchen. Okay. This one doesn't seem to be blending it out as well. The other side looks more blended, I think. Cat playing. Never mind, just ignore her. She's a very sweet girl. Yeah, It's the same here. I think it's not blending it out quite as nicely. Still doing a definitely an okay job. It's just here. Oh, maybe not too bad. But this light is a bit different than I usually use, so it's a bit difficult to tell from that. Now, Tati also said you could powder with this, so I thought we would use the Glossier Powder to powder. And I'm just, it's going to be an awful lot of powder, isn't it? I'm just going to dunk that in there, and yeah. I usually don't use this much powder. You can see it even flying through the air. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to be a bit conscious about the amount of powder on my face. Trying to tap it off here, but that doesn't really seem to be working. I do tend to have a bit more powder on my nose because that gets very greasy. And on this side of the face, like that. Right, let's try the other side of the face with the Laura Mercier. Also again, same routine, just dipping that in there, patting it off. Not sure. I usually never wear this much powder. I wear quite a bit in my forehead and my nose and my chin because that's where I get really oily, but I also get very, very dry on my cheeks. So a little bit skeptical about the amount of powder. She said you could use it for anything. I'm wondering if we're going to use it for the blush as well. I have the Wanderlust blush from Buxom. I don't know. We'll give it a go. If it looks horrible, I'll wash it off. It's makeup. So we'll do that. Whoa! Oh, I'm gonna tap some off my hand here. Thing with blush for me is that, yeah, it's done it. I'm very pale, so blush has a tendency to go very clownish on me straight away. What I did is that I took the bit that I put powder on and put that on top to try and save the situation. Okay. Yeah, maybe not use this for blush. Same thing on the other side though. We do one mistake on one side, you do the same mistake on the other to make them look even. And then you try to rectify it as much as you can. Okay. I'm scared. I'm going to do this as well. Tap it off with my hand. Tap, 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 tap. Oh God, there's a lot on there. Yeah. Thing is, I think the Blendiful, to me, it looks like it's still, I mean, at least when I can look on the screen, is that it looks like the Blendiful puts down the product a little bit better so that it doesn't look quite so clownish. Well, yeah. That was with me using the powder bit to improve the situation. So I have to say, I think the Laura Mercier puts down more at a time than the Blendiful does. So that's something to be aware of. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to just finish up. I'm going to put some lipstick on and then we'll go into the bathroom where I have lighting that I'm used to, and we'll compare both sides and we'll see what we think, if there's any difference at all.